Alright, now we've been introduced, let's begin. Azumanga Daioh is a Japanese slice of life comedy anime series based on the four-panel manga of the same name by a man named Kiyohiko Azuma. The story, which aired in Japan in 2002 and released on DVD in 2005 for the United States, is a very simple one. It's the daily lives of 6 high school girls and their eccentric teachers. And that's pretty much it. But for some reason, it just isn't. Let me just start off by saying, in a time period where I myself was personally watching
I don't care what happens to Mo. I'm gonna kill you.
that this was something to watch. It wouldn't even have been on my radar. Honestly, what were they thinking releasing an anime on high school girls going on summer trips and doing entrance exams? When I first started watching anime, no one cared about stuff like that. Me personally, I barely even knew what those things were. An entrance exam or a summer trip. Let that sink in. And yet, if you have any merch from that time period, you're likely to get upwards of $500, depending on the product, you know. So, why is this anime considered in such high regard by Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and pretty much anyone who has ever watched it? How exactly did they do it?
Flashback.
So first we have Chiyo Mihama, a 10-year-old prodigy. So yeah, it's already that kind of show. It's absolutely extreme and unheard of where I come from. 10-year-old Chiyo Mihama starts us off with her first year of high school, skipping a whole 5 grades. So yeah, I skipped a grade and I feel like this shit. But now that I'm thinking about it, that did absolutely nothing to help me know anything more about life than I do now. I can imagine 5 years. Skipping a whole 5 years. I would have been all the way out my league. But yeah, she's a child prodigy who is mainly known for her smarts and her responsibility, and her cuteness. She's an overall nice girl who loves cooking, loves being in high school, although it does seem like from time to time she misses her friends from elementary. She handles the responsibility of high school well, and her friends even better. And although you would think of her to be as delicate as a flower or one of the plushies she has in her room,
What?
you can definitely light a fire into her if you try to mock her or make fun of her small stature, or just for the sake of turning up, just for the sake of cheering on a friend. She's anything but a pushover. And I believe she's the glue of the group entirely, you know, overall. Oh yeah, she's also a Yomiuri Giants fan. I thought that was pretty cool. They're an actual Japanese baseball team, so there's that. Oh, and she has a pet dog named Mr. Tadakichi and lives in a fairly huge house, come to think of it. With no parents to speak of other than her father, who is a confusing character to say the least. Chiyo, yes, an outstanding character. Absolutely. They have many years of fun and headaches together. All things that made me think of my years in high school. I think I would have killed for the bond that they had with one another growing up. I know it sounds lame, I know it kind of sounds cheesy, but personally, in my opinion, I think that's what creates a team of, that's what creates a team. That creates billionaires, that creates goats. People who can be able to manage And
I don't get it.
so I'm rambling again. Yeah, my bad. Chiyo is an overall great character to me. She ensues Azumanga Daioh's whole point. Blissful, cute nothingness. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. She also has detachable pigtails that help her fly sometimes and are iconic to the entire show and in niche anime culture in general. So she's part robot then?
Chio-chan! What you flying for?
I wish I could say the same about the next girl. Tomo Takino. The type of person most people wouldn't dare tolerate being around. Her enthusiastic and self-imposed competitiveness would come off as irritating for sure. And it definitely does at times. Either way, she's a big deal in the anime. She's a big deal in the anime, being just as popular as Asuka, with about just as many brain cells. Yeah, she's just a very intense and aggressive person overall. Hey, let me not forget she's a Lupin the Third fanatic, specifically wanting to be like Fujiko, so I thought that was pretty cool. But nah, seriously, she's just a little too immature throughout the entire series. That being the case, she can also still be a vibe, turning up the energy wherever she goes. And that's Tomo for you. That's her entire nature. Yeah, so her best friend since elementary has a different vibe. Oh! Koyomi, aka Yomi Mizuhara. I found out that the word Koyomi is Japanese for almanac, so that's informative. And you can sort of describe her in that way. She's more to me like the voice of reason and the most mature person of the group. Koyomi, or Yomi for short, given to her from Tomo in elementary, has been known to put her hands on shit if pushed to her limit. I wrote that? That's true though. It's funny. Smart and athletic, Yomi holds her own as her character is also unique. Despite appearing healthy and fit, Yomi is dissatisfied with her weight and struggles with her fondness for food, mainly sweets and spicy dishes. And sometimes anonymously writes to radio talk hosts for advice or with updates on her progress, which makes her sort of vulnerable and easily teased by Miss Takino. So yeah, what else about her? Although she is the most mature, she still finds for moments when she can be childlike. She cares and is interested in the same stuff her high school friends are. She just sort of pretends to be above it. Oh yeah, she's also not the best singer, as we see during a Christmas episode, a karaoke night. So yeah, her mature, neutral attitude is sort of a ruse most of us likely went through at her age. Wanting to grow up, but at times can't resist the things that got them through childhood. Pursuing growth while keeping your own identity. Those things can be difficult and will have people think you've changed. But it's the real friends you have that'll embrace your growth and embrace your change and remain friends with you no matter.
Much later.
Next friend of ours we have is a high school transfer student from Osaka, Japan, named Ayumu Kasuga. She's a super spaced out kid who is anything like her stereotype would have suggested. At least that's how it goes in a particular anime. I have no idea how people from Osaka are supposed to behave. But she's giving ditzy, absent, kind of stuck in her own world really. And in return is nicknamed Asuka. Just like that. but she fits in so well with the group and kind of sets off the tone for the entire series, allowing the goofiness and odd stuff coming from her to feel like completely normal antics by the end of the series. The way she sees the world is different based on her vivid imagination, which will cause her to daydream in class most days. She likes sea slugs and dislikes spicy food and is allergic to pollen and is obsessed with splitting chopsticks easily. And can we actually hear her English dub, please, just for a second? Just 1 second.
Thing is, just 'cause I'm from Osaka. What? You know those tiny bubbles inside your eyes you sometimes catch? Yeah, I'm tracking them down as we speak. Well, in America.
Yeah?
Like with American homes,
Yeah?
you can go inside with shoes on?
Yeah?
Okay, so what if you stepped in dog poop like out there in the street? And then you just went on home without realizing it?
So yeah, that's literally the best. I feel like I can relate to her the most for real. I don't really know why, and I don't know if I should be happy or concerned about that thought. And I guess I'm sort of not the only one who feels that way. Asuka may very well be one of, if not, the most popular Azumanga Daioh character, contributing to a lot of the buzz in the mid-2000s and later resurgence of popularity in the early 2020s. Mainly in the form of silly memes or some high-priced collectible that I was mentioning earlier. So yeah, you can't really even knock her day's charm and her intriguing view on life. It's honestly a vibe to be around. You may even know someone exactly like Asuka. So yeah, I don't know if I'm missing anything, but that's Ayumu, aka Osaka, and she sure is a delight to be around.
Sata-andagi!
Despite her soft, sweet voice, Sakaki is a little misunderstood. Scratch that. I meant way too misunderstood. No other way to explain it. She's tall and regarded by the class as very beautiful, but mostly super cool, super tough, and super mysterious. She's given the badass stereotype based on her soft-spoken, confident tone and her natural athletic abilities, getting all the schoolgirls to wonder and admire just her very being. Long story short, she has hella fans. One of those is a high school friend of theirs named Kaori. Who ends up crushing and romanticizing Sakaki literally every day. But in all reality, she's a girly girl. Sakaki's a girly girl, and she's obsessed with girly girl things. Soft and cute things, such as animals and plushies, and wishes for nothing more but to connect with others on a cutesy, soft level. Not on that brute act of nature that they try to make her out to be. Sakaki has a one-sided rivalry with another longtime friend of theirs, whose name is Kagura, who we don't even get to know fully until the second year of high school, when she transfers classes. Despite her late entry, her high energy yet sensitive nature feels right at hand with the rest of the group when she finally does arrive, announcing her one-sided beef with Sakaki. Why did I say that like that? Announcing her one-sided beef with Sakaki, telling her that she spends her days with plans to one-up her at everything she does. That's how we, the viewers, are introduced to Kagura, as we watch her take her first losses to Sakaki, which Sakaki doesn't even remember doing. Despite how heated she becomes, she makes many attempts to befriend Sakaki. I guess, at the end of the day, real recognize real, talent recognizes talent.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
She's always trying to find something to beat Sakaki at, and not remotely interested in anything soft or cute. But is still a girl at heart, and will get sensitive if she feels as if she let someone down. Sort of like Chio. She's not fond of studying and has the same sheer energy as Tomo, but just not as irritating, and that can be a relief sometimes. She has respect and admires her teachers and is an overall good-spirited person. Her, Tomo, and Asuka build a team of idiots for a lack of better term or word, called the Knuckleheads, where they each try their best to study without the help of their smarter counterparts. And that's where you can truly see Kagura bonding with the group. She is definitely a big part of the series and has a big heart for her group of friends. Among these 6 students are 3 teachers who, let's keep it real, don't really do much educational teaching. Rather, give them a taste of what reality is going to be like being an adult after graduating high school. First, you have the very unconventional English teacher, Miss Yukari Tanizaki, also known as Miss Yukari by the group, or Yukari by Tomo. Miss Yukari is bipolar and pretty irresponsible overall, sleeping in class and even needing motivation from Chio at times to even start the class.
Get motivated! Get motivated! Get motivated! Get motivated! Get motivated!
She's clearly a dysfunctional train wreck who doesn't even wreck trains, but don't put her behind the wheel of a vehicle and expect to make it to your destination in one piece. Nah, bruh. You will be hurt. If not physically, then mentally. Be ready for a traumatic ride. And let me just say this. The fact that the Yukari Mobile is that bad makes sense because she's literally the first person you see running late for class because she's irresponsible and the bike on her chain pops off. So one of her students stops by to greet her and
Hey! Give me back my bike!
that's the craziest thing ever, but also makes sense as to why she can't drive yet. She had just got her license. So let's cut her some slack, y'all. She's still new to the roads. I think she's gonna be okay. I feel like Miss Yukari is the biggest work in progress in the series, and that's the reality of adulthood, where you're never at your final destination, where you're not at 100%. You don't have all your shit together just yet. Just because all of these things may be true, doesn't mean you can't be a good person.
I don't get it.
Miss Yukari and Tomo have sort of similar traits to one another, as they are both just downright annoying to be around. They're also both similar because they're both blessed to have a long-time friend that actually lets their obnoxious personality slide so often. So, yeah, they're blessed.
Yeah, you sure are.
Miss Yukari's counterpart and the best friend she has is that of PE teacher, Minamo Kurosawa, or Miss Kurosawa. In her first year of high school, Miss Kurosawa was Kagura's first homeroom. Miss Yukari, who then became a full-time gym teacher by his second year and throughout the rest of the series. Miss Kurosawa is basically everything Miss Yukari is not. She is responsible and sensitive of others' feelings. She's clearly trying her best.
I mean, like, who cares about guys? What's wrong with being single? When it comes to adult relationships, is it all like pervy and stuff? Yeah, it's pervy and then some. Ooh, like what? Well, for example...
Like Miss Yukari, who just sometimes throws caution to the wind and says, "Here, you take control now." She's well disciplined. You can tell a family of monkeys didn't raise her. Unlike Yukari, who's a hooligan to say the least, Niyamo isn't perfect. She has her flaws too. She's super sensitive of her love life, and she keeps getting teased about it by Yukari, which makes her get sort of angry and irrational. She's a drinker like her best friend, and much like her, can't hold her own liquor. Overall, she's a good character, and I like her character design as well. Like, she has some pretty good outfits. They all do, but I don't know, it's just something about her character, her style.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yep, that's Niyamo for you. That's Miss Kurosawa. Jesus. The character that had to grow on me is this next
Pause.
one. Not the only male character, but definitely by far the male character with the most screen time. Mr. Kimura. He's Kaori's homeroom teacher and an obvious pervert. Man, he doesn't even try to hide the fact that he enjoys pool water and high school girls in tucked swimsuits.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
He's not, no. He's not just into pool water. He's into the pool water that the swim team trains in. The swim team has been in. The high school swim team. Yeah, let that sink in. Let that sink in. His sanity really does need checked. His sudden outbursts and just outright nasty comments sometimes got literally the whole school freaked out by him. But apparently he has a well-mannered but dissy fiance who regards to him as cool, or at least once was and will be cool again, and a daughter as well, so he's got to be a good guy, right? Okay, this dude was living a double life. That's what I believe. I can't stand that they were just out here trying to justify his pervertedness by explaining he had a family of his own, thus something to lose, which means he wouldn't go too far over the edge. It's evident that Blood has a whole thing for Kaori.
You good, Mud?
And I don't know, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing her name right. Kaori? I'm sorry. Yeah, the creep perverted teacher definitely has a thing for Kaori. There's no references, there's no notes in front of me. I'm just rambling right now. But I know his character to a T. Bruh talking about he'd be seeing Kaori even after high school is over? What makes you so sure, Kimura? You're doing a little too much.
This is inexcusable.
This father of Chiyo's shows up several times. I think officially showing up as a gift Asuka gives to Chiyo. Then he shows up several times to check on Chiyo and to help them study, but loses his cool when you try to compare the differences between him and an actual cat. Now mind you, he's only show up while either Asuka or Sakaki is daydreaming. So Chiyo has never seen this father of theirs. Technically, they do from the very moment it's introduced, and I even think she calls him father once. So yeah, Chiyo is third robot, third human, and third odd cat. So that's Azumanga Daioh and all its random glory. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Please leave a comment on anything I might have missed. Leave a like, subscribe. It means a lot to me. This is something that I enjoy, and I'll be doing without a subscriber or without a like or without a comment.